Manny's NYC. We're here with
Lauren from Harlem Masters.
All right. My question is to you. When were you born? When were you born?
When was I born? 1983.
Okay.
Today, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Today's my birthday.
All right, happy birthday. Wow, yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So since then, how have you seen this city change? And also, what are the effects of these changes?
So I've seen the city change for the better and somewhat for the worse. Okay. The better as in there's more businesses, there's more culture. I believe, art has taken, a huge leap.
Right.
Freedom of expression, freedom of being who you are, you're able to love who you love without any,
right.
consequences or, any, bad-ish that comes along with it.
Right.
You can see women and women holding hands, you can see men and men holding hands.
Right.
Love is free here.
Right.
And I love that. Whereas when I was growing up and I was out at 14, it wasn't cool to be gay.
Nah.
It was, you got joked on, you got laughed at. Now it's like, it's regular, like it's nothing new. However, on the downside, there's not a lot of programs for these kids out in these streets.
Yeah, I've been noticing that.
There's no after school programs.
Yeah.
There's nothing for these kids to do, especially in the summertime. Like there's nothing constructive for these kids that they can have access to. Either if there is a program, you have to be in a certain, tax bracket.
Yeah.
You damn near have to be, considered poor, low income.
Homeless or something like
damn
that.
near homeless, yeah. You have
yeah.
to be, or you have to be from a certain, borough that don't have that many, access to certain programs or outreach or resources. I'll say everything else, it's fairly good, but the cost of living has went up.
Yeah.
Groceries has went up. Con Ed is out of control. But the main thing, I think about is the kids. Because I remember growing up, I grew up on the Lower East Side.
Right.
It was always something to do.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to have money in your pocket and you was gonna have a blast.
Right.
There was community. There's no community now. My mom could have went to work, overnight, or, at least from, the morning to the evening. I knew my next door neighbor had me. I knew the lady down the block had me.
Or downstairs.
Or downstairs. You took care of each other.
Yeah, but not now.
Not now. That's all gone. But I understand because, there's a lot of weirdos now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, low-key Trump supporters.
Word.
There's a lot of people on drugs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do weird things to people. So
I was gonna ask you about that too. Like, have you seen the change on the drug issue here?
It's gotten worse. I think during the pandemic, it really brought out, a lot of people's vices. I'm not saying you can't have a vice, to each his own. But now it's to the point where I feel like it's out of control, where I can walk down the block over here, or turn the corner. Somebody's smoking crack.
Yeah.
It's like y'all still smoking crack? Yeah. 2024. That was the 80s, 90s thing.
Yeah. They still doing
crack is still hitting. It's crazy.
Right.
But if you look at it, right, there's not too many people that's of color that's in these high positions, right? So who has these high positions? Who is okaying for these drugs to come into our neighborhood?
Yeah.
It's not us.
No, it's not.
We get hit for it for selling it. We get hit for having it. But we don't really have the resources to fly that shit in. We don't have the resources for it to hit, these docks or to come on these shipping barges. It's not us. You know what I'm saying? It's just times is hard. We gonna find a way
to get money to do what we gotta do.
Do what we gotta do to take care of our families, take care of ourselves. Yeah. But it's like, it's a yin and a yang. When something good happens, something bad happens. A lot of families is getting pushed out of Manhattan.
Yeah.
From the Lower East Side to Harlem, you're getting pushed out.
You know what I noticed, and this is just my perspective, because I was born here, but I grew up in Delaware.
Okay.
I saw a lot of people from here moving over there.
Yeah.
And COVID, oh my God. I would be like, I would talk to people, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, whatever.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
The amount of money that you spend for the cost of living in New York, you gotta work 2 or 3, 4 jobs. And if you got one job, you got a side hustle somewhere.
Yeah.
You got another, area of revenue coming in from somewhere. You have to, you have no choice. MTA is crazy high, and it doesn't make sense. Trains are disgusting. Crime's still happening on the train. Like, it's not adding up. You know what I'm saying? It's not making sense. And they're not doing anything to keep people here. The everyday people that you see ride the bus, that you see ride the train, we keep the city going. So if we can no longer live here, who's running the city?
And who's gonna live here?
Who's gonna live here?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure a lot of these people that live in these high rises, that live in these luxury buildings, they're not doing the jobs that we doing. They're not cutting hair. They're not security to the nightclubs or to these bars. They're not doing none of that. So if you move out the everyday working person, or the everyday working person could no longer feed their kids or make sure their kids is going to a good school or their kids is safe, where they gonna move to? They're gonna move out of New York. They're gonna go upstate. They're gonna go down south. They're not gonna be here in the city. Like, it has to be a balance to where everybody can live, everybody can make a living here, everybody feels safe here. And that's the main thing. You can have all these cops at Times Square. Times Square is a tourist attraction.
No, that's not New York.
Like people that live in New York City, we
don't
know to
go
stay
there.
away from Times Square.
I don't go there. Like, I've never look. I like I said, I used to visit a lot. My grandma lives on 125th in Amsterdam.
Right.
Yeah. And I never my New York is the hood.
You
like,
avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
Harlem's not like Harlem like that anymore.
Like
125th is not like 125th the way it used to be.
It's not.
It's being gentrified,
It is.
But at the same time, you in these streets, you're selling these drugs, you're making this money. What are you doing with it?
And putting back into the community.
Buying fashion, buying clothes is not going to do anything. That goes out of style in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, you gotta get enough of something else. Yeah.
Rebuild up the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's for you.
For yourself, for the younger kids. Don't recruit them or don't make the street lifestyle glorious.
Yeah.
Feedback. Start building up trades. Let's get trades back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a barber. That's an honest living.
Yeah.
That's a trade. I could go anywhere in the world and
Yup.
still cut hair.
Yep.
You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a basketball player. Like, there's other options. We need plumbers. We need carpenters. We need welders. Like, we have to get back to having trades. If you look at these dry cleaners, a lot of these dry cleaners is no longer black owned. You don't see that many black owned seamstress. Like, we need trades again. And I think once people get back into, really earning a dollar for themselves, not streetwise, but trade-wise, they feel more appreciative of where they spending their money and, how they present themselves to the world and to the public, and how they present themselves to their family and represent their family and their kids. There's good and there's bad. For me, I want to represent my family well. I want to make an honest living. I want to make sure that my child, realize that I'm representing them in the right way, and they could be proud of me, when it's all said and done. They can go online and see, I'm out here shaking my ass. I'm not out here, breaking apart somebody's family. I just want to live like a good life, a decent
person,
a decent person with a good moral, compass and a good moral code. So if I'm walking around and I'm, presenting that, hopefully somebody else be like, yo, I like that. That's how I want to rock. That's how I want to, somebody treat me, or I want to treat somebody like that. So that's about it.
All right. You give us your business so you can promote it on my channel.
I work at Harlem Masters Barbershop on 142nd and Lenox.
Right.
The owner's Polo Green. And this is a place of community. You can come here, you can find anything that you need, any information that you need. We also have a library that promotes, books of color. So while you in here getting a cut, you don't have to worry about your child running around. Your child got great books, many books to read. And we talk shop, we talk politics, we talk sports, we talk everything. It's a place of community.
That's good. Wow, I really appreciate this time. I really do. And this is what my channel's about. Going around talking to different types of people of all walks of life. And I really appreciate this time. I really do.
I appreciate it too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Manny's NYC, I'm out.
So solid, we know that job with us so solid. When I stand